Alrighty everyone, welcome to game 14 of Jeopardy Deluxe Edition for the SNES, and so far we have achieved $630,951, and I'm looking forward to winning more. Shall we play? We shall play. Jim and Rob are my opponents yet again, like they were last time. Here we go. Here are the six categories we're going to be dealing with. Mythology, famous Georges, presidential trivia, approximate weights and measures, art, and we'll close it out with publishing. Okay. We'll go ahead and take the categories as they are. I'll take approximate weights and measures for 100, please.
The answer is...
So I don't know, that $630,000 change. Size for unusually large eggs or elephants. What is jumbo? Approximate weights and measures for 200.
The answer is...
An amount held between the thumb and index finger. One can be of salt or of snuff. What is a pinch? I'll take approximate weights and measures for 300, please.
The answer is...
Amount of dollars Clint Eastwood worked for in the title of his first spaghetti western. What is a fistful? Let's have approximate weights and measures for 400, please.
The answer is...
Amount of Brill cream that'll do ya. What is a little dab? Approximate weights and measures for 500.
The answer is...
And the answer to that clue? In the title of a 1957 Jerry Lee Lewis hit, there is this much shaking going on. Shaking going on. What is a whole lot? There we go. Ran the category. Art for 100, please.
The answer is...
City in which Leonardo da Vinci painted The Last Supper. What is... What is... I have it somewhere in Italy. I'm just going to say it was Florence. No, he didn't paint it in Florence. It was some Italian city. Jim. Milan. He painted The Last Supper in Milan, Italy. Presidential Trivia 100.
The answer is...
Both the Adamses and the Roosevelts attended this Ivy League school. Oh, it should be okay, this category. What is Harvard? Let's take presidential trivia for 200, please.
The answer is...
This president's family name was originally Pollock or Pollock. Who's James Polk? Presidential trivia for 300, please.
The answer is...
15 presidents were members of this fraternal organization. Who are the Freemasons? That's right. Presidential trivia for 400.
The answer is...
She played Ronald Reagan's fiancée in her last film, Hellcats of the Navy. Who is Nancy Davis Reagan? Presidential trivia for 500.
The answer is...
He was our country's first blue-eyed president. Who is George Washington? category. All right. Let's have art for 200.
The answer is
The number of figures represented in Da Vinci's Last Supper. What is 13? Let's have art for 300, please.
the answer is
Tempera refers to watercolor paints that are mixed with this food item as a binder. What is an egg yolk? What are eggs? They took it, yeah, eggs. Art for 400, please.
the answer is
James Barrett Ives was this man's bookkeeper before he became a partner. Rob. Nathaniel Courier. Correct. Mythology 100.
the answer
Let's
is
take a look at the clue there. At the end of their story, Psyche and this cute Roman love god lived happily ever after. I think we should be okay this category. Who's Cupid? Mythology for 200.
the answer is
In his infancy, the symbol of strength strangled 2 serpents sent by Hera. Who is Hercules? Hercules! Hercules! Mythology for 300.
the answer is
The Sophocles heroine was walled up in a cave as punishment for burying her brother's body. Who is Antigone? Mythology for 400.
the answer is
Menelaus, husband of Helen of Troy, was king of this Greek city-state. What is Sparta? And mythology for 500.
the answer is
Castor and Pollux were mothered by Leda and fathered by Jupiter, disguised as this bird. What is a swan? There we go. Let's go back to art for 500.
the answer is
The headless statue of Nike found in the Louvre is better known as this. What is the Venus de Milo? No, that's incorrect. Jim. We're looking for the winged victory of Samothrace. However you say it. Either way, Jim, you're right. Where are we going? Famous George's 100.
the answer
We should be
is
okay in this category. Let's take a look. He was the first actor to refuse an Oscar. Who is George C. Scott? Famous Georges for 200, please.
the answer is
Famous filmmaker who admits American Graffiti was based on his coming of age in Modesto, California. Who is George Lucas? Famous Georges 300.
the answer is
2 days before leaving office, Ronald Reagan was given this man's sweater as a parting gift. Who is George Bush? No, it wasn't Bush. It was a George. But I don't remember who. Rob. It was George Gipp. George Gipp. Alright. You're up to $700. Rob, where are we going? Gonna stick with Famous Georges for 400.
the answer
And the
is
answer there is... He was a fencing instructor long before he joined the A-Team. Who is... George Kaufman? No, wrong George. We're slipping now. We're down to $4,000. Jim. Looking for George Peppard. George Peppard. All right. Jim.
The answer is.
All right, we know what the Daily Double is. Lonesome comic who beat Walt Disney for the 1954 Outstanding New Personality Emmy. Who is George Gobel? There we go. Is the Daily Double on the $100 clue?
The answer is.
Nope. Type of essay in which a newspaper expresses an opinion. Rob. It's an editorial, which is correct. $200.
The answer is.
Nope, not there either. Adolph Oakes began using the motto, "All the news that's fit to print" at this paper in 1896. What is the New York Times? $300. There it is. Let's do it. Gannett introduced this national newspaper in 1982 at a quarter. Now it's 50 cents. What is USA Today? Correct! $400.
The answer is.
If you were one of the 25 most intriguing people of the year, you'd find yourself in this magazine. What is Time? No. It's People Magazine, the other one. Alright, now the last clue. But I have a lot of money sitting in front of me right now, so I'm not going to complain.
The answer is.
Let's look at that $500 clue. Most of the mail addressed to Pleasantville, New York goes to this magazine. I think I have a hunch, but I'm going to give it to Jim. Is my hunch right? No, it's wrong. It was Reader's Digest. So Jim is $1,500. Rob, $1,200. I'm in the lead with $9,000. So Rob is going first in Double Jeopardy, which we'll start right now. We'll finish the Jeopardy round with $9,000, so I'm pretty pleased. Let's take a look at those 6 categories.
Here are the categories.
For the Double Jeopardy round, we have fabrics, movie trivia, business and industry, pioneer life, opera, oh boy, and world religion. Alright. Okay, these categories sound pretty tricky, but we'll make do with them. Here we go. We're starting with pioneer life for $200.
The answer is.
Between 1775 and 1800, more than 200,000 pioneers went through this gap in the Appalachians. What is the Cumberland Gap? I'll have the Pioneer Life Reporter, please.
The answer is.
American Express Company was the eastern predecessor of this mail and stagecoach firm. What is Wells Fargo? We'll go with Pioneer Life for $600.
The answer is.
Most of the cooking was done in this oven, a thick 3-legged skillet with a lid. What is a Dutch oven? Here we go, over $10,000. Let's have the $800 clue in Pioneer Life.
The answer is.
prairies. The typical home was made of this material. Treeless prairies. Okay. Rob. It was made of sod. Okay. That is correct, Rob. You're up to $2,000. You have second place, and you get to make the next selection. Trailing by quite a margin. Fabrics for $200.
The answer is...
We'll see how this category goes. From a flaxen fabric, it's a term for bed sheets, though most are no longer made of it. Ooh. Linen. Oh, okay, yeah, linen. Jim is up to $1,700, and he gets to make the next selection as we continue. Pioneer Life, $1,000.
The answer is...
And the answer there is... In 1846, the Mormons left Nauvoo in this Midwestern state and began their trek to Utah. What is Ohio? It's not Ohio. It's Illinois. You had to go western to 2 more states, so it's Illinois. That's okay. Don't let it get to you. Jim, your turn. Movie trivia, $200.
The answer
All right,
is...
let's see how this category goes. Hollywood Insider movie in which Tim Robbins played a murderous studio executive. Oh, I think we should be okay in this category. I will say, what is the player? We should be okay in this category. I'll have movie trivia for $400, please.
The answer is...
When Gene Kelly broke an ankle, the star came out of retirement to play an Easter parade. Who was Fred Astaire? We'll go movie trivia for $600, please.
The answer is...
In Beaches, 46-year-old Lainey Kazan played the mother of this 43-year-old. Who is Bette Midler? Back over $10,000 now. Movie trivia for $800, please.
The answer is...
This film ran for 31 weeks in Paris with the title Blanche-Neige et les Sept Nains. What is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? Correct. And we'll have movie trivia for $1,000.
The answer is...
Hercules and Hercules Unchained starring this muscle man are available uncut on home video. Who is Steve Reeves? Up to $12,200 now. Let's have $400 for fabrics.
The answer is...
Fabrics $400. All right, here's the clue. A sail fabric or something for a boxer to fall back on. What is rope? Nope. Jim. It is canvas. Oh, right. Okay. Business and industry, $200.
The answer is...
Okay. Texas-based department store that publishes a catalog of luxury gifts at Christmas. What is Neiman Marcus? That's right. Oh. Business and industry for $400, please.
The answer is...
In 1917, Andrew Pancini opened the first one of these in LA at 4th and Olive and charged 5 cents a day. What's a parking lot? Business and industry for $6.
The answer is...
And the answer there is... Former Miss America now selling chicken products under the Chicken by George label. Who is Vanessa Williams? Not Vanessa Williams. Rob. Phyllis George Brown. Oh, right. Okay. Okay, we're going to move on. World Religion 200.
The answer is.
Well, let's see what this category has in store. Most of the world's Zoroastrians, Jains, and Sikhs live in this country. What is India? World Religion 400.
The answer is.
The name for this many-storied Buddhist tower comes from the Portuguese. Rob. He doesn't know. You fail. It's a pagoda. Pagoda. Business and Industry 800. There's one of the two daily doubles. Here's the clue for you, Jim, in Business and Industry. He's given America many cups of tea, but was unable to win the America's Cup in 5 attempts, and it's Sir Thomas Lipton. He's right. He doubles his money to $7,000. Oh, wow. He's within striking distance. Business and Industry 1000.
The answer is.
In 1977, the New York Times started this rival, the People magazine. What is Us? There you go. World Religion 600.
The answer is.
The three wise men were called Magi. One wise man would be called this. Oh, Jim's going to try it? Alright. Wrong. Too bad. See if Rob knows this one. Because Jim don't. A Magus. Opera 200.
The answer is.
Alright, let's see how we do here. At the end of Verdi's opera, this Ethiopian slave girl is buried alive. Who is Aida? Opera 400. Give it a double. Let's put it to bed, all of it. It was George Bizet's last and most famous opera. What is Carmen? Opera 600.
The answer is.
Wow. It was Engelbert Humperdinck's first and most successful opera. What is Hansel and Gretel? Opera 800.
The answer is.
After the famous overture is over, this 1829 Rossini opera goes on and on for nearly 6 hours. What is The Barber of Seville? No. Sorry. William Tell. Oh, okay. Opera 1000.
Answer is.
The word that completes the title of the opera cycle, the Ring of the... What is Nibelung? That's right. World Religion 800, please.
The answer is
Observed by Christians on the 7th Sunday after Easter, it's Greek for the Jewish Shavuot. Nope. Pentecost. Oh, okay. Fabric 600.
the answer is
Rayon got its name from ray for its sheen, and on for this natural material resembles what is cotton. Fabric 800.
the answer is
Neoprene is a synthetic form of this. Rubber, yep.
the answer is
Light fabric named for the cobwebs that appear around the end of the summer when goose is eaten. Gossamer. Last clip. Then we will play Final Jeopardy.
the answer is
Before he disappeared in Lebanon, this man has been called the Anglican Church's Kissinger. Terry White. So at the end of Double Jeopardy, Rob and Jim are tied at $6,400 each, and I have a runaway lead with $27,800 that cannot be caught. The category is famous quotes. In Imitation of Christ, Thomas A. Kempis says, "Man proposes, but God does this." What is disposes? So I'm going to end up with $55,600 this game. So $686,551.
the final Jeopardy answer is
Man proposes, but God disposes. So I've won $686,551 in just 14 games. And I'll see you all for that next video coming soon.